Good morning, yogis. It is so good to be with you. Today we have a moon salutation. So this practice is going to be a little less fluid than the flow that we are typically going to do, but this practice is going to definitely be strengthening and teach you alignment in some key poses. So we're going to take it nice and slow, but you'll get the most out of this practice by really engaging your muscles. You'll feel the strength of your body and it's going to be a good time. I love moon salutations. So it goes in a circle essentially. And so you'll do one side of everything and then we'll go backwards through and do the other side. So yeah, it's going to be fun. I'll meet you on your mat when you're ready and we'll get started. So we're going to begin the moon salutation with your feet together, and I'm going to face you, but you can face forward on your mat, or of course you're welcome to face me. So begin with your feet together, center of insides of your feet pressed against each other, all four corners of your feet planted on the earth, palms come together, and take a big inhale here. Take a moment, you may close your eyes and decide what your intention is for this practice. If you'd like to borrow mine, it is slowing down to strengthen up. That's kind of the theme of this practice. But of course, bring your intention in as well. On your next inhale, you're going to reach your arms up overhead and look towards your thumbs, taking just a gentle back bend. And then you're going to draw your arms over towards the left side, making like a little banana, a little curved shape. Feeling that stretch through the right side body. And you can plant your gaze forward or up towards your thumbs. Being gentle and nice on your neck, especially if this is the first type of exercise or stretching you're doing today. And then slowly draw it back in. We're going to step out into a goddess pose. Take your feet out wide. Your toes can point just gently out, maybe about 45 degrees. And then you're going to bend your knees and come into a squat. Now you can stay here with your palms together, or you can reach your arms up as if you're holding something in each hand. Planting through your heels and through your toes. You're going to elongate your spine. Relax your shoulders and really let the line from the back of your head all the way to your tailbone be nice and long. Yogi's choice, you can squat a little deeper here, reach the arms up a little bit higher, or maybe you relax the pose just a little bit and you come up. We're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. On your last exhale, inhale all the way up, coming to a big star pose. Reach through your fingers, press through your toes. And then you're going to take your arms out wide to a T. Turn your left toes towards the left side. So they're pointing straight away from the right side. Hinge at the hips, reach through the left fingertips, and then start to draw the left hand all the way down, coming into that triangle pose. Reach through your right fingertips, and then yogi's choice here, you can look down. You can look down, try not to fall over. You can look straight ahead, or you can look up towards your fingers. Yogi's choice. You can also have a block under this left hand to hold you up a little bit higher. What you don't want to do is press on this left leg. You want to use your core, use the engagement through your thighs to hold you up. Now you may notice that my foot slipped a little bit. You're pressing away from each other. So it's almost like the mat could tear apart. You're pressing away with each foot. Now on your next exhale, slowly lower that right hand down, and we're going to fold over the left leg. You can turn your right toes just a little bit so that you draw your right hip forward and you're folding over that left leg. This is another great place if you want to bring blocks on each side and bring the floor towards you a little bit, you absolutely can. See if you can draw that right hip forward just a little bit more, even if it means that you need to resituate your right foot, totally okay. The focus here is down the back of the left leg. Notice where you feel it. And find 3 more deep breaths here. This is your pyramid pose. Now go ahead and bend your left knee and take your right leg all the way down to the ground. Unhook your toes and press your hips forward. Now you can stay here, or you can walk your hands up to your knee or even reach them up overhead. Finding that gentle back bend, pressing the hips forward, really opening up through the front of the right leg and noticing the hip flexor on the left side. Relax your shoulders, elongate your spine, and really engage through your core and your glutes here, really making the most out of this shorter practice. But it has the potential to be a very strengthening practice if you really tighten through your muscles and engage through the core. Now on your next exhale, you're gonna bring your hands to the inside of that left leg, and you're gonna rotate into a side lunge. So this can look a couple different ways. If it feels okay on your hip flexors, you can literally just draw the hips down towards your left heel and let the right toes point up. You can stay here with your hands on the ground, or you can bring your palms together and find a little balance. Right toes point up, left foot is on the ground. Left knee is bent, hips are towards your left heel. If that didn't feel so good to twist like that, then you're gonna come all the way up, standing, bring your hands to the ground and step your right foot out. And then lower your hips down and let your right toes point up. Now, if you're up on your left toes, your heel doesn't go all the way down, that's okay. You're gonna be balancing a little bit differently, but that's totally okay. You can keep your hands on the ground or you can bring your palms up. You're gonna feel this a little bit more in your toes, or you can slide all the way down so that you're on that right foot, or sorry, that left foot. Good, yogis. Good. Find the version, the variation that works really good for you. And we're going to stay here for 3 more deep breaths. Go ahead and bring your hands to the ground. And we're going to draw that right foot in and come to a yogi squat. Okay. Just walk that right foot in, bend both knees, palms come together and press into the inside of your knees with your elbows. Now, if that didn't feel good, again, you're gonna stand all the way up, step your feet a little bit further than hip width apart, potentially just the width of your mat, if you're turn this way. And then go ahead and bend your knees, bring your hips all the way towards the ground, palms come together, elbows press against the inside of your knees. Now, another option here is you can bring a block under your booty so that you're sitting on the block nice and tall. Good, yogis. Find that edge that feels good for you. Whatever it may be, your heels may not be down on the ground. That's okay. You may be up on your toes, totally all right. Your hands may be pressed against the earth like a little frog. That's perfectly fine. I never realized how much I looked like a frog in this pose until this moment. Thank you for experiencing this with me. All right, 1 more deep breath. And then we're gonna take it back through on the right side, but reverse. So we're making that big circle all the way back to the start. So again, you can stand up and then come into your side lunge, or you can just walk that right foot over, extend your left leg out straight, keeping the right knee bent, and then palms come together. Left toes point up. Hands can stay on the ground or come up. Either way, relax your shoulders. I'm more concerned with you softening your shoulders than I am with you finding perfect balance here. Good, yogis. It's very common to fall backwards in this pose. So just go easy on yourself, see how it feels. Good, palms come down to the ground, and we're gonna rotate the hands and come up onto the left knee. So the left knee plants down on the ground, right knee is bent and in between your hands now. So now you're facing towards the front of your mat, right foot is in front. You can walk your hands up to your knee, or you can take your arms up overhead. Yogi's choice. Find the edge that feels good to you. You'll probably remember that we'll go from here into the pyramid pose, but we're going to take 3 more deep breaths here before we move on. Remember, engage through your core, relax the shoulders, and tighten through the glutes, making the most out of each pose. Good, hands come down to the ground, tuck your back toes, send the hips all the way up into a pyramid pose. So you're folding over that right leg. Notice the difference here, right? One side, we came in one way. The other side, we came in the opposite way. So your body might feel different, right? The stretch might feel different on this side, not only because it's the right side, but also because of the warm up for it was different. Now start to draw that left hip forward, really focusing the stretch through the back of the right leg. And of course, you can bring the blocks under your hands to bring the floor closer. You may notice my voice is a little bit raspy. I'm getting over a cold. All right, on your next inhale, you're gonna plant that right hand down. It might stay back behind the right foot, or you may plant it in front of the right leg, and then peel your left arm open, coming into triangle pose. Again, not pressing on this right leg, but just gently resting on top of it or resting next to it. And then you can look down, straight ahead or up. You may notice every time I look down, I almost fall over. I have this theory that where you look is where you'll go, which is not just my theory, it's actually like proven. So when you look down, you're more likely to fall down. And I know that, and I think that's why I almost fall every time I look down. So just find what feels good on your neck, and we're gonna be here for 3 more deep breaths. And then slowly rise up, coming into a big T. You're gonna resituate your feet so that both feet are pointed out just about 45 degrees. And then reach your arms up to a big star. And go ahead and bend your knees, coming into Malasana or goddess pose. Palms face up like you're carrying something delicious in both hands. Knees bend, hips come down, coming into that nice big squat. Again, finding the variation that really feels good to your body this morning or this evening, depending on when you're doing the practice. And stay with your breath. Good, yogis. We've got 3 more breaths here. On your next inhale, stand all the way up. Palms come together, feet press together, insides of the feet come right next to each other. And then we're gonna draw those arms over towards the right side this time, making that gentle curve. And then yogi's choice, you can look straight ahead or look up towards your thumbs, deepening the stretch in your neck. One more deep breath. And slowly draw your arms back up and overhead. Palms come together at heart center. Amazing job. You have completed the moon salutation. Congratulations. Thank you for sharing this practice with me. As always, it is a huge joy to be with you. And I'm Cassidy from Marina Bay Yoga. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and I will see you for our next practice.